add-on making tutorials for DayZ.
Please like and
Subscribe, leave
a comment.
grab yourself a brew, and enjoy your
Enjoy.
Hello, welcome back to the Dino's tutorial for DayZ. This is vehicles, and we're sitting down and doing the 2021 version, the updated and refreshed version. I like to refresh it once a year, just before spring, because then I get busy in real life. So without further ado, I'll introduce this year's tutorial car. It's going to be a two-seater, and everything we do on the doors and the seats is replicated times 2 for a 4-seater. You can revert back to my old tutorial should you wish, or we may even mess about and do some fun and games. Let's see how we get on. So I'm going to do it a little different this year, and it's going to be more in depth, so sorry if you're in a rush. Maybe this isn't the thing for you if you are rushing, because there's no time to rush for DayZ add-ons. I should just get frustrated and upset other people asking questions that are already in the video. Oh, here we go. There isn't one person who does that, there's hundreds, and I used to do it, so don't you worry about that. Just don't do it. So this model is by Daniel Zaptinsky, and it's CC attribution. Attribution means you are free to share, copy, redistribute in any medium format, adapt, remix, etc. These licenses cannot be revoked, so we're okay for future. You must give appropriate credit, provide a link to the license. So we're going to do that. We already have the credits and readme in here. We just need to put the license link there. And of course it will be renewed not to link the actual model. So that'll go in there, and we are all good to go. Thank you very much, Mr. Zaptinsky. So we download that model and we get it into our P3D format. If you don't know how to do that, there's plenty of tutorials. I would recommend use the Armor 3 tools and import FBX, or if you have full rights for the object builder, you'll get file import FBX. I don't have it because my administrator rights mess about with BI tools. I don't know. In order for me to do it, I have to open in Armor 3, which is default opening tool. Then I can go import FBX, and that is how I got it into here. And make sure it's facing left in the left screen, and the front faces towards you. You can tell that from the top view, it's going facing downwards. Okay, so again, this is a fresh tutorial, so we're going to take it a thing at a time. Big difference here, of course, is we don't need 4 wheels. We're going to proxy in the wheel, so we only need 1. So we're going to take those off, but we're going to save them in another LOD. So we're going to copy those, create a new LOD, property edit LOD, I imagine's best. Back to note and delete, and delete empty, save it. Then I'm going to copy that wheel there, the only wheel we'll need, new, and paste it there. We're going to learn about wheels now. I'm not going to go straight into making the car. But the process of learning about wheels is making a car, therefore we're not wasting any time, we're just educating ourselves properly. Now we need to get this out into a proxy and we need to center it, because at the moment if we fetch that in like that as a proxy, it will spin on this axis, and when you pick it up from the floor it'll be a metre and a half to the left. So I'm going to show you how we do that now. I'm going to call it wheel 11 in here a minute. File, I'm going to export that. Because my mind's on the import export, I'm going to export that as a proxy, move selection to proxy, and browse folders. I'm going to create a new folder called proxies, and in here I'm going to name it Stratos wheel 11. Always check that you named it as you thought you had, because there are large consequences if you don't. Just going to have a quick view of that wheel, show proxies. You notice it's over here, still not there. That is the reference, center point reference, and it will spin on that. So what we're going to do now is just save that. We're going to open that wheel. I'm going to select it all. We're going to go to structure, center all. I'm going to save that. Then we're going to open the car again. What we're not going to do is we're not going to put any LODs in here yet till we get this all positioned. Just going to quick press F5 in there. I didn't recalculate normals, but I didn't need to. I'm going to open the car again. I'm going to go back to this LOD here, if you remember. If we view that proxy now, it should show it. Select it, view, show proxy object. Now it's centered right on that point. So we're going to copy that. We're going to go back to this LOD here with all the wheels in. I'm going to view, select it, view, show proxy objects, and we're going to match it into position now. Position where it should be. Microphone, sorry. When you show a proxy, it doesn't draw every line, so you are going to get some anomalies. But that's bang on, close enough is that. Okay, so we're going to copy that. I'm going to put it to the main there. Just select it, and this is wheel 11, so we're going to right click in here, wheel 11. We're going to go through Y in a minute. Just going to view that, show proxy. And you'll notice it's not where it should be. Something is awry. Looks like these here have moved slightly, doesn't it? That should surely be about there, shouldn't it? Something's moved from that, haven't it? You see? It's not going to be easy, this boys, is it? Let's have a look in 3D. Not going to be easy, but it's not going to be dreadfully hard either, is it? So yeah, let's just move that to that. got any references at all. Is it sticking out a bit too much as well, do you think? Oh yeah, look at that. In terms of central, I would say that's somewhere near there. Yeah, it's a lot better. So you just position that wheel around, get it right. And it's easier with the other wheel because you just match where the proxy you just match where that is. Yeah, I think that's alright. That'll do. Okay, I'm just going to save that there. Right, we're going to back to the wheel. We're going to learn about wheels. So in here, let's look at name, and we named it Stratos wheel. If we look at hatchback wheel, in here, you notice the class is hatchback wheel, but everything else is neither wheel. It's only the hatchback wheel ruined, and the hatchback is the only reference that you'll find to a hatchback wheel. The model is neither wheel, the slot is neither wheel, and that naming convention is very important. I don't know why we'd call ours anything different than Stratos wheel here and here. So we're going to keep ours the same. We'll have a little play later once we've done that and change this to, I don't know, sports wheel or something or whatever. But anyway, for now we're going to keep our convention the same. We're going to take that hatchback wheel there, create a new file. What we're going to do first is make our wheel fit the hatchback. We're going to use its slots and everything. We're going to go through what this means. This is just scripting repair costs, how much it affects that kit, etc. I think the radius, every time it's damaged, how small the wheel gets, radius it starts with. You notice it starts bigger there on 0 damage than the actual radius given. So let's find out why. Roll drag, is that when its car is in neutral, or when the tyre is on its own in the game? Is that when it's driving? Does it get slippier tyres the longer it's driven for? Well, let's find out. Like I said, this is going to be quite a in-depth tutorial. Stop anybody having to ask lots of questions. I'm going to call it we're going to go with that. Call it Stratos. I'm going to give it some more slots here. I'm going to leave the Neva ones in for now, see if we can't get it attaching to the off-road hatchback. We're going to put this now. What folder are we in? DayZ Vehicles. Right, we'll stick with that. What the hell? I'm going to check the oven on my bread, so I'll finish this video and come back to it. Back to this part. Can't remember where we're up to. I think. Oh yeah. So we've added that to that. We've called it Stratos wheel. We're going with Stratos wheel everywhere. Never mind Neva wheel and hatchback wheel. What the hell's that about? We also need to that. I don't need all that, of course. What I'm doing here is just getting the original stuff, making our own version for our wheel, but I'm also leaving in the Neva stuff to see if we can put it on the hatchback to test the wheel. Right, proxy vehicle part is all we need out of all this. So that's what we're in. So we don't need to change any of that. Just need that. I don't need any of that. No bracket, close brackets because copy to the end. Right, so ours is called a Stratos wheel. I like how they have capitals at the beginning and the end, so I'm going to do the same. We're going to replace that with Stratos wheel 7. Right, so down here we need that Stratos stuff. Sure. I'm going to show you what all this is, don't worry. I know I'm doing stuff rather fast, well, I consider it to be fast. It's important that because we renamed it here, we've got to make sure that that model there has got that syntax. Here goes Stratos off-road proxy. Yeah, it's not there, is it? It's there. Just check. Proxies. It's all the difference. I'll put that back where we got it from. Proxies, save. A moment, please. Going to take this is it DBO generally put name of the folder here, required add-ons. It needs data and all that, doesn't it? Which we can get from vehicles config. Doesn't require anything from that, but we'll fetch that in. It's not really an array, we probably didn't need them quotes, but we'll leave that as it is. Save it to our config cpp. Okay, so we've got our config in. Lots more to do yet, even just for wheels. Class config vehicles. I'll provide you with all this, so well, if you're a Patreon I will, if you're not, you're on your own. Only joking. No, I'm serious. It's videos only for non-Patreon. I'm afraid I need to save up some money for a PC. If you are a Patreon, thank you very much. You'll be contributing to the 2022 tutorials. They will either be DayZ or Armour 4 tutorials. Let's see. Anyway, back to where we are. Car wheel, semicolon. Right, so we've inherited from car wheel. We don't need to fetch anything in from that other than what is going to come, because we haven't got any. If it said if we did that, it'd get an error because it doesn't know what damage system is, because it doesn't parse it through on that. That would need to be all of that damage system. I don't think you can do it like that, because that will then assume car wheel config is just that. You've got to parse it. You would have to do my class my car wheel base car wheel, and then in between these brackets you would copy everything from car wheel, and that way your damage system and everything can be inherited through. But then you'd have to go into your scripts.c's and in we're going to have to do that anyway, so we'll show you at least a bit of what that means. But for now we're inheriting. Now I'm going to do something very simple there. Let's have a look. Stratos wheel, blah blah, Stratos wheel. Let's remember to call it that in the P3D. It shouldn't be 1-1. I don't know why I did that. It should just be Stratos wheel. That means in the car later. When we go back into here, because I've just changed its name, obviously. I'll have to rename it now. Let's open that. Oh, it's already in that lot in here. Let's rename it. Browse. Do a quick gander, make sure that it's still okay where it is. Yep, it still likes it in here. Yep, it's not attached to that, it's attached to save. Delete that lot. Delete that, save. We can't use that as a reference now because the wheels are in crappy places. Well, we could, because we could just pull that wheel there, match it in with the proxy one, but we'll show you that later. Now back to our wheel. We're going to give that a few, so it's memory, geometry, fire geometry, view geometry, geometry. That'll do for now. And what we'll do is we'll just do it here. Create a cylinder. Radius 0.3. Segments radius 12. Size that way 0.2. Segments that way. Oh, I only need one. We went too far off. Not bad at all. We'll go with that. We're going to make it 20 kilos. Apply structure, topology, find components. Not bad. Copy that to the view geometry. Okay, there, new Stratos. I'm not sure whether we should call it Stratos wheel here or not. Let's just leave it like that for now. In the fire geometry, to pull that through to about there, because that piece we want to apply a metal texture, don't we? So we're gonna go, where are we gonna go? DayZ data penetration. It's fairly thick aluminium, so we'll give it some 5mm plate and copy that V, stretch it out a bit. I'm gonna make that one rubber. Then where it is metal, we'll fetch that out so it hits metal there, and then rubber the other places. So essentially when a bullet hits it, it'll be metal when it hits there. That's the face there, and then rubber in those areas. But we will test that. Memory, what is that? I think on the economy center. Sorry, we don't need to guess. I've done loads of bloody wheels. Let's just open one. Mustang wheel. We've got the wheel destroyed yet and all that, haven't we? So just going to copy those. Got two wheels open. Which one is which? So we want to fit this to it, center, the width, min and max. We've got the bounding box maximum, which is at the top, the minimum at the bottom here. That's for, I think that's for collision, when you throw it and walk into it and it loads. That's the economy center when it spawns. The radius, I don't know if that's supposed to be out there, but we'll leave it is. And that's the view, which we'll have there. See how close we are to it. Anyway, so we'll save that. So we have our Stratos wheel there. And what we're going to do, we're going to check this little config. Save that. Proxy Stratos wheel. Stratos. So we know what it is. Right, so just for shits and giggles, let's just pack that up. I have no drive space. Oh, first he mentioned drive space. DBO Stratos, por favor. We'll just pack it into that vanilla add-ons one because we know it's loaded. Blah blah blah. You know, it took 927. Blah, blah, blah. We know what that is, don't we? It is. Look at that. It's on it now. We know what it is. So if it's like that there, it may be like that there too. That's the trouble with just copying past the types. 42 undefined. Did I not delete that one? I only put it in for a laugh. Did I not delete it? Believe it. I changed all that back though. Yeah. C encountered instead of no. Somebody's been typing in this, haven't they? Somebody look for a C down here. Right, this time I'm going to read the error. Bracket is 102. Ah, now you know what it is, don't you? No semicolon there. It's only because of years of experience that I know what the problem is. Let's just start the UI, see if we've got that add-on loaded, whatever it was called. We're going to start, you know, anytime soon we'll be doing multiplayer testing. Should always do that anyway. Text of vanilla code, that's the one, isn't it? Are we, yep, we're binarized. Okay, so what I'm going to try and do is put that, well, what I'm going to try and do is see if we can see the wheel. Getting ahead of myself. As you can see, I've been messing with Neva retexturing lately. That does not bode well, I'm afraid. Looks like it's not spawning because we haven't done a .c. Does it say there? Spawn cursor. Oh, there we go. It's been spawning in my hand, that's why. It's carrying it like because we haven't registered it properly. There we go. Should we put 4 more on it? Anyway, I'll pause the video there and sort my bread out, come back and we'll see why and wherefore. Speak. Yeah, so let's look at that white pinged up in here. I mean, could be many reasons, could be the game. So what have we got here? We're telling it's got a radius of 3.49999, a width of 0.18. .12, I don't think that matters so much, to be honest, but let's have a look at the 0.36, so we're a little over on that. Let's just pull that down a bit. .349, what an you just saw it there, folks. What a shot. We put it to that instead of that. We should have been alright, but the other thing we haven't done, of course, is we didn't do any what do they call them, slots for the Stratos, but we don't need to yet because we're not putting it into a car, sorry, a Stratos car. But we will just make it, we will make it. We're going to do it now. Squeeze. We'll just take what that says there, change it to our Stratos, remembering that syntax matters. S-T-R-A-T-O-S-W. Left Stratos wheel. Wheel 1's the same, and wheel 1 there. Right, so we're just going to pack it like that. We've changed the radius and we've given it a slot. Is that there, is it? Who's been... Did we just touch something down here? Oh, when minus is the I get that a lot, you think I'd know it, but my minus key is to stop recording, so it's obviously the time going forward. So, well, that'll never work, will it? That's not a bad shot. Well, even though it's the wrong way around, Pt1. They're very sly, aren't they, Bohemians? See how that's different way around. it's me. Maybe it's actually me. It is me, isn't it? Because yeah, no, it's me. Notice how when it's in our hand it doesn't know what it is yet, because we haven't put any scripts in yet where we tell it that in the item base that it's a wheel. But first of all, let's sort out this wrong way around business. I've got to rotate that 90 degrees, which means we've got to rotate that proxy in the car 90 degrees. But anyway, first of all, let's take it all. Just to understand why it's this way. Apply to all lots relative to pin. Okay. Save. Pack that up. So what I'm going to do, because it's taking so long to load up, we're going to fix two things at the moment. That is, we're also going to write some scripts to tell it that it's hello world, we are a wheel. And we're going to do that by we'll just see. I have a bad memory. I've wrote loads of these tutorials, so I might as well just use this, excuse me. Take it from the original 2 car here. You can leave my name in. Vehicles. Let me wonder why things don't work. Okay, and then I'll just take all of that for now. Obviously I'm going to go through it because take those out. Oh no, wait, take that and that out. What is it called? Stratos wheel, isn't it? Take all those out. Hopefully we'll that there is giving their profile for 2 hands, so that when we pick it up it will be in 2 hands properly. This is the 1.11 offline mission. Oh, it's up to speed, I mean. There we go, we've got it in 2 hands and it's facing the right way. Too bad on the car, I don't have it. I still say it doesn't fit the ground though, does it? I wonder if that top side size is where we need to be. wonder if that size there is where we need to be. 3.6119999. Well, we'll find out. But for now, let's make a few more of them so it runs. Oh god, it says Stratod. Isn't it? You hear it then, physics got a little bit jittery. It was gonna have a mad do, weren't it? Watch this, when I get in there, it'll replace it with the normal tyres. The life out there. Absolutely love it. I think we don't need a Stratos. We'll just soup up the gearbox in the Neva. Hello? Look at that, magical zombies. Anyway, I'm going to eat my tea, etc. and I'll review what I've recorded so far, and we'll crack on.